It's now 6 o'clock. It's time to call this meeting of the Allgood City Council to order. As pursuant to the governor's executive order number 65, and in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, the open public meetings of the Allgood City Council are being held via electronic means with limited public access. You can join us on Facebook. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them there and we will answer them as we can. As always, we begin with our invocation and our Pledge of Allegiance. I've asked Mr. Ron Graves if he would say the invocation, and Mr. Bill Bilbrey if he would lead us in the pledge, and I'd ask you all now to please stand as we do that.
Let us pray. Father, we come to you today, thanking you for the beautiful day that we've had. We come to you thanking you for life and for health and for guidance in our lives. We just pray that you bless us, be with us in this meeting tonight, and help us to be in unity, and help us to make good decisions for the city of Allgood. And we just pray that you'll lead us with your Holy Spirit. We thank you for all that you do in our lives, in our town. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everyone be seated. Ask Ms. Flatt if she would please call the roll.
Honorable Mayor Fowler,
Present.
Honorable Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Present.
Honorable Councilman Graves,
Present.
Honorable Councilwoman Hawkins,
Present.
Honorable Councilman Hill.
Present.
Now I would ask you to consider the agenda as it has been presented for this evening. We've all been received a copy of it, as well as it's been on our site, available to the public. And I would entertain a motion to approve our agenda as it's presented.
I make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Again, if you'll draw your attention to item number 2, it's to consider approval of the minutes of the council meeting held on October 13th. Again, we have had those provided to us beforehand, but I would ask that you take a moment to look them over if there are any changes or corrections or any additions. If you would speak up. Not hearing any at this time, I would consider approval of the minutes of the council meeting held on October 13th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Thank you. And under old business, we don't have any, so we move right on to new business, which the first item there is to consider approval to suspend the reading of Ordinance 649-20, which has to do with employee holiday calendar. Ordinance 650-20, which is related to the Coronavirus Relief Fund, and Resolution 334-20, which is allowing us to submit an application to Tennessee Department of Environment Conservation known as TDEC. We will be speaking about those ordinances individually as they come up throughout the agenda. So rather than read them at this time, I would consider approval to suspend the reading of those ordinances and that resolution.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey.
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins,
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item number 4, consider approval to surplus for auction a 2014 Dodge Chargers 9142, 9141, and 6626. I sort of say, where's the chief? There he is. Talk about money and surplus. He's going to be somewhere. All right, tell me about the cars.
This falls into our fleet plan. These are the 14s that we're going to be rolling out as soon as the new ones come in. We're just asking to go on and get them surplus now. We will plan on stripping these the emergency equipment off of these so that we can sell them to the general public, hopefully for a higher return on our money, and that money goes back to the general fund. We will have one 2014 left after these 3. It's in better shape than these 3 marked cars.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Here.
Okay. I'd be happy to make a motion that we surplus.
I second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey.
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Now, item number 5 is that the floor is now open for the second and final reading of Ordinance 64920. That is to consider approval on second and final reading of Ordinance 64920, which amends the employee handbook for holiday pay. And as you may recall, at the last meeting, this came up because we were notified that we were no longer going to be a polling location on Election Day, and so we have considered an ordinance, passed it on first reading, about taking that out of the employee handbook for holiday pay. Any questions or comments? I'll make a motion that we go ahead and on second reading pass ordinance 64920, amending the employee handbook for holiday pay to eliminate election days.
Second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey.
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item number 6. The floor is now open for second and final reading of Ordinance 650-20. That is for to amend the fiscal year 2021 budget for CRF, which is Coronavirus Relief Fund Revenue and Expense. As I understand it, this would just be an offsetting amount. Whatever we receive, Mr. Morrison, that would go to pay whatever we've had to pay out. So would that actually leave us with a zero?
That's correct. This is a net zero change, so we're increasing revenue by $66,285, and we're increasing expense by $66,285. So this will cover some additional expenses for things that we've incurred related to coronavirus relief efforts, including gloves and sanitizers and things of that nature. We'll also cover some COVID pay where we've had to do the coronavirus relief. We'll cover that pay where we've had to quarantine folks and things of that nature. So this is reimbursement for those items. We're also going to submit some additional expense, and just in case there's some extra money left in the fund, that we could have a chance to get some extra relief as well.
Any questions or comments from the council? Do I hear a motion to approve ordinance 650-20, which would amend our fiscal year 2021 budget for the coronavirus relief revenue and expense?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Platt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
Item number 7, consider approval of Resolution 334-20, which is authorizing the submittal of an application to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation for the local Parks and Recreation Fund. This is a resolution which states that we would be, by the authority, if we pass this, we would be giving the city the authority to apply for any kind of parks and recreation funds that we could use for our new park. Did you want to speak to that in depth, Mr. Morrison, or does that about get it?
I think that's pretty well got it. This is for a total project of $600,000. The LPRF grant funding would be for 50% of that. We would match the other 50%, $300,000. This will require a comprehensive parks and recreation system-wide plan to be completed by August the 3rd, 2021. We've already completed a lot of that with the 21-acre park. We do have a master plan for that. However, we'll need to tweak that to add the smaller parks that we have in the system, which are the Fantasy Park over here at the tennis court, and of course the bigger park for the ball fields that's maintained by the county. That has to be completed by August 3rd, 2021. And then there's a 2-year contract for completion of the project, so we're looking at this being somewhere in the 3 to 4 year range before it would be completed and accomplished. So this is kind of down the road pre-planning for the amphitheater to be in the park that's currently being designed.
Any questions or comments from the council? All right. I make a motion that we approve Resolution 334-20, authorizing submittal of an application to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation for the local Parks and Recreation Fund. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Flatt?
Mayor Fowler,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bilbrey,
Yes.
Honorable Graves,
Yes.
Honorable Hawkins.
Yes.
Honorable Hill.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Morrison, it's time for the city administrator's report.
The Christmas tree lighting will be in conjunction with First Friday All Good on December the 4th. So the 4th and 5th of December will be our First Friday event with vendors here at City Hall, with Santa here at City Hall, and on December the 4th at 6 p.m. we will light the Christmas tree, which will soon be planted here at City Hall. We have found a 12-foot Norwegian fir that we're working on acquiring that will be planted and grow here next to the flagpole, so we're working on that. The Christmas parade is set for December the 11th at 6 p.m. Assuming the council doesn't wish to cancel that, and I don't think anybody has. We are still on target to move forward with that. The theme for this year's Christmas parade is All Good Lights, and again, that's December the 11th at 6 p.m. By the end of the week, applications for people who wish to enter the Christmas parade will be available online and here at City Hall. Our Christmas Angel program is kicked off. We are accepting application for Christmas Angels through, I believe the date is November the 20th. That information is available online. We've shared it on Facebook, or if they have questions, they can come by City Hall and inquire in the utility office about that. We do have a live auction running right now with Eagle Aminette Auction that has a lot of about 50 plus guns, several other items, a dozer, a wrecker, a Suzuki 4x4, and a Toyota Camry car, as well as the 2 lots. So that auction will end this Thursday at noon. So that is running live right now. The farmers market continues to move forward. It's the tedious little things that seem to keep just dragging along, but we are getting that decked out and dressed up, so that is continuing to move forward. The first Friday November event was a success. We're very pleased with the results of that. I believe the estimated revenue or donation to Alzheimer's Tennessee was somewhere around $850 total for that event. The vendors were very pleased with it. I think overall it was a big success, and so was the parade. So we just want to thank everyone for participating and helping with that. Chief, did you have anything? I think that's all I have.
I did want to pass along that I spoke with Miss Lynn Drew right before the meeting, and she said to please express on behalf of the Alzheimer's Foundation how grateful they were for our participation and for all of the work that the city of Allgood went to make that happen. Police department, public works, fire department, just everyone that played a part in that. She said they were very thrilled and excited, and she wanted to make sure that I let everyone know that. So I'm happy to pass that along for her. Are there any citizens that would like to address the council or delegations at this time?
There have been no comments on Facebook. We have people watching, but no comments tonight.
Okay. Anything else from any of the council? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Still wasn't fast enough, was it? Still wasn't fast enough, was it?
Chief, I need to talk to you before you leave.